Hello, I just wanted to do a video about my cello. It's a bit of a love affair actually. I've just come back from Germany to tour in Europe and we went to Mittenwald basically because it's one of the best known violin making towns in Germany, and I couldn't help myself but try a couple of instruments out. I tried an old violin versus a new violin and an old cello versus new cello, and I must say it made me love my cello even more because the instruments didn't even compare, and it makes me appreciate my cello a lot more. I purchased my cello around this time last year. I'd only been playing since July and I bought it around October. This is my cello. It's nameless. I got a very nice free cleaning cloth as a souvenir from Rena Lenhart. So if you're ever in Mittenwald, check out their shop. It's worth a look just because there's such a big history of violin making, cello making, violas, etc. There's a museum there, the Geigenbaum Museum. You can see how instruments are made, and you can still buy instruments there today, handmade by master craftsmen. My cello is German, but it's not from Mittenwald, but obviously there are a lot of cellos all over the world, and a lot of them come from Mittenwald, including one of our YouTube buddies. Hi Alex, I know you've been trying out a couple. I wanted to explain a few reasons why I fell in love with my cello. Made me need to purchase it, I just had to. So I started off with a rental cello like a lot of beginner musicians. Basically because I didn't want a commitment in case I didn't like it or I ended up buying something I didn't use. That was just from my local music shop, it was nothing special. If you check out my earlier videos, you'll see the Stentor 1. You can't really compare this with that. This is completely handmade, using very fine woods. The Stentor got me going though, and I learned enough that I knew I wanted to continue. Luckily, being a violinist, I already knew what I was looking for out of a string instrument, otherwise it could be really daunting. So let's get on with it. I'll just play the open strings because I guess that's where most people start off, and they just want to hear how the strings sound. So we'll start with the A. D, G, and C. I knew immediately as soon as I played the open strings that this was a special instrument. Anyway, so I was impressed with the power and like that sound in the lower register, so it's a nice beefy sound. But that's not at the expense of having a nice bright upper register. Because I did try a lot of cellos and they were either very good in the lower register or very good in the higher register. I didn't find any that were consistent across the board. You might notice the cello's quite a wide one. That was purely coincidence. Basically I told the shop my budget and then I blind tried all those instruments, and I didn't know which end of the spectrum they were to make sure that I was picking the instrument that I felt best playing, not just looking at a label or the way it looked from the outside. Obviously aesthetics are important to some people, but never overlook an instrument just because it has a few scratches. I mean, if it's an antique, then it's bound to have scratches, and they're authentic, so it's probably quite an expensive instrument anyway. But I find that the newer instruments are more powerful, and you can get a lot more for your money just because you're paying a premium for an older instrument because it's rarer, not necessarily because the sound is better. For example, the sound from this cello would be at least 4 times as much if you were looking for an older instrument, and you'd be looking a long time, and I simply couldn't afford it. So, the next thing, obviously if you're a beginner like me, when I first went to try the cello, I could only do like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. It's quite difficult to hear all the nuances and explore all the colours that would be available to you once you become more advanced. So definitely take a more experienced player with you so you can hear it in action. I took this cello on approval and took it everywhere I could to hear it in different settings, trying different things, what sounds I could make, and obviously my teacher had a go as well, just to make sure I wasn't making a big mistake, because it is quite a large investment and you want to get it right. I didn't want to buy something for now and then upgrade later, for example. This should take me to at least grade 8 and beyond. I just hope that I can keep up. It's me who needs to up their game, not the cello. So let's have a listen to the cello and see if you agree with what I love about it. There are like certain notes that I think really sing. I guess they're the resonant frequencies for this particular cello. You do feel the vibration all the way from here through to your feet. My violinist friend Simon tried it for the first time, and he nearly fell off the chair because he wasn't used to the whole thing vibrating. It really is a bond. We are bosom buddies. So let's have a go. F sharp's also a common place that you find a wolf note. I think it's on the edge between resonant frequency and something else. You'll notice that I have got a wolf note suppressor there because my E has a bit of a funny tone to it, but also with a new instrument, bear in mind you'll have to play it in. This isn't the mature sound, it's a bit of a spotty teenager at the moment. It needs, as my teacher put it, beating in submission. And you won't get that by tickling it. This is an instrument that it needs a commanding hand, and you literally have to work at it. It's not a sweet and dainty instrument by any means, but I felt that suited my personality, loud and proud. So let's have a go at this piece that I'm sort of trying out. I haven't had any lessons on it. Obviously I've listened to loads of recordings, so there will be a lot of wrong notes, a lot of bad technique, but hopefully I'll hit enough good notes that you'll get a feel for how this cello might sound in better hands. I love a cello.